Hi guys, welcome to Sedanic Food and Lifestyle channel. Guys, this afternoon I'm going to be making a chicken vegetable soup, okay? It's very cold outside. It's been cold like this since Friday, okay? And I just feel like I need some chicken soup and I'm going to make it and I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? So here I have different parts of my chicken. I have like wings, I have some breast, and I have like the bony part of the back. You know, I like to put some bones in my chicken, okay? And I have a piece of thighs here and stuff like that. So I'm going to put all of this in my pot. I have my water already on the stove boiling, okay? So I'm going to cook the chicken first about maybe 15-20 minutes, okay, by itself. And here my water right here, it's boiling, okay? So I'm going to add that to my boiling water, okay? And it's already washed, okay, and cut up. And I'm going to put this in here, my chicken parts in here. Okay, and you could use whichever part of the chicken you want to, but these are the pieces that I'm using. I'm going to put that in here and let that cook for a good 15-20 minutes. And then I'm going to just put a piece of scallion in there to cook along with the chicken to give it a flavor. You know, let it flavor my water while it's doing that. So I'm just going to wash that and put it here. And then I have thyme. I'm going to put a nice piece of thyme in there so it can cook along with my chicken. So forth. Wash that. Okay, you could use dry thyme if you have that. If you don't have the fresh thyme, you could use that. Put that in here, okay? And I'm going to let this, like I said, cook for 15 to 20 minutes before I add my other produce in there, okay? So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you what I'll be adding to my soup. I'm going to be adding celery, carrots. I have potatoes here. I have corn, okay? This is frozen. Some of it was in the refrigerator. I have pumpkin here. I have chayote, okay? This is a vegetable which is mostly found in Latin and Central America, okay? And I have yams. I have white yam, Brazilian white yam. I have, this is red cocoa, okay? And I have white yam, like I said, and so forth. And what else? Let me show you what the pumpkin looks like, okay? That's the skin of it. You could peel it if you want, but I don't peel it because it cooks, even though the skin of it looks hard right here. This is what it looks like. They slice it in two. You could buy a whole one or you could buy a piece. But I like to get the pieces when it's cut because you could see what it looks like and it's nice and yellow. And that's how you know it's sweet. And it's usually sweet when you cook it, okay? So I like that. So this is what this is, cut up like this, okay? I usually cut them up. My husband usually cuts them up and we put them in the freezer or whatever. So that's what it looks like right here. And the yam that I have is the Brazilian soft white yam, which is this. And this is it right here, cut up, okay, into small little pieces. So this is what it looks like when it's not cut up. And also I'm going to be using my chicken broth to flavor my soup. You could use this, the Grace chicken soup mix, or you could use Lipton noodle soup. Either one. I use either one, okay? Whichever one you like or whatever one you have on hand, you could use that. So these are the things that I'll be putting in my pot once my chicken is cooked. And once it's cooked, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I put it all together, okay? Okay guys, so my chicken has been cooking for a good 20 minutes now, okay? You don't want to overcook it because remember, you're going to be cooking it with your produce, okay? So it's partially cooked, okay? Stick it like so, but it's not 100% cooked, but it's there. And now I'm going to add my produce to it, okay? So let me take the covering off of it. And my produce that I have, that I'm going to add to it, like I told you, okay, I have the pumpkin. And this is found mostly in the Caribbean and Latin Central America also. Okay, so I'm going to add this. And this can make your pot very yellow. It flavors your pot also. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm just going to put my corn and all these nice goodies in there. I have to cut my celery. This is celery leaves. I like that. Celery. A lot of carrots and stuff like that. And remember I told you about the chayote, which you can find in Latin and Central America. You can also find it in the Caribbean, the English-speaking Caribbean island also. And in Jamaica, in those places, they call it Chocho and stuff like that. But in Latin and Central America, they call it chayote. Okay? So there's many different names for these produce. Yeah. So I'm just gonna add all of that in there. And when you make a nice big pot of soup like this, it will last you for more than one day, okay? So let me just put all of that in there, okay? Just put in here, okay? It looks like a lot, but it's gonna cook. Okay, so I add all my produce in there and stuff like that, and I have my celery stick here. I'm gonna cut it into small pieces. I love celery in my salad, or I like it in soups and so forth, or my meats. I could just cut them into pieces. So this is already washed, and I'm just gonna throw it in here, okay? And then while this is cooking, then I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna make some dumplings, okay? I'm gonna show you how I make my dumplings, okay? Most people just use flour to make their dumplings, but I like to put cornmeal in my flour because I don't like straight flour like that. So I'm just gonna make enough dumpling. This is 1/3 cup. So I just put some of that in there. Okay. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna need some water for that. And this is 1/3 cup also. This is 1/3? Yeah, 1/4. This is 1/4. So you put more flour and less cornmeal, but I just like to put the cornmeal for the taste because I like cornmeal dumpling, whether they're fried or whether they're cooked. So I think this is enough cornmeal, so forth. And then I'm gonna come over here, and I'm also gonna put some salt in it, okay? Get some tap water, okay? And you're gonna put a little salt in there. Let me just put a little salt in my hand, or let me get a spoon. You're not gonna put a lot of salt in it, but you need to put a little salt in it, like so, okay? And then I'm gonna mix it together. You could use your hands, or you could use a glove. See, if I was frying this as it is, then I would add baking powder to it. But when you're cooking it, you don't add baking powder to it. You just put salt and water, okay? So now, just mix that together. Actually, I'm gonna use my hands, but let me just mix it together. Like so. You don't want it to be too soft, or you don't want it to be too hard. You just need to mix it together properly. Eventually, I'm gonna use my hands, but I'm just putting it together first before. Or if you don't want to mess up your nails, you could use the gloves, but it's kind of awkward for me to use the gloves when I'm making this. I just want to gel it together nicely. Okay, let's see the consistency. Let me just put it together. It's like you're kneading it. Okay, a little bit more water, like so. You don't put a lot of water all at once because you don't want it to become too soft. Okay, just make sure everything is caught together. All of that, like so. See, came together nicely. Okay, it's a nice consistency, like so. Okay, and then you could pull it apart like so. Okay, well, when I'm making dumpling, you could make them long or you could make them round. So I'm gonna make two kinds, make it two ways, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make this one round. Okay, let me open my pot. So I'm gonna be dropping them. Okay, this one is round, so I think you go like this when you're making it. Okay, fold it in like so, and then just lightly press it like so. You could make them big or you could make them small, like so. So this is round. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it in my pot, and it will become hard eventually. And then these kinds, you could just go like this with this one. like so, and you could drop it in there. So you could just make it like that, okay? So I'm gonna continue to do this, okay? And I'm gonna let my soup cook, and then I'm gonna come back and finish seasoning it and stuff like that, okay? Okay guys, so I'm just gonna finish seasoning up my soup right now, okay? Because it's almost done. And I'm gonna be using my Grace chicken flavored mix. And like I said, you could use the Lipton also. You could use 1 pack of it. This one contains 2 packets, okay? So you could use that. So I'm gonna put my noodle soup mix in there. That's what it looks like with all the noodles and stuff like that. I'm just gonna throw that in here. Okay, 1 pack is good enough because it has sodium in it. So that's why I'm not gonna be adding any salt to it because it has sodium. And I'm gonna cut a little piece of my Scotch bonnet pepper. Try not to let any of the seed gets in there, but this is just to flavor the pot, okay? See, I don't have any seeds inside there, so I'm gonna drop it. Let me wash my hands, just in case. Just in case. I'm gonna put my hands in my mouth and then I get it right. Okay, so I put that. I'm gonna put a little cilantro in there. Okay. A little bit more dry thyme. I did put like a nice piece of thyme in there, but I have dry thyme, and I'm gonna put some in there. Okay, a little black pepper, some black pepper in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some okra in there. My husband, he likes okra in his soup. I'm gonna put some okra, and since this is a vegetable soup, I'm gonna put some okra in there. Okay. You could use the long okra, or you could use the one that's frozen and already cut up. Put some in there, okay? Because it's a chicken vegetable soup. And let me just stir this baby together here. Stir it up. See, it's getting a nice color. Okay. Because the pumpkin gives it a nice. You could mush some of the pumpkin out into it because it breaks up easily. And then I'm just gonna let it cook for another 10 to 15 minutes and so forth. And once I'm finished, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna dish it out too, and I'm gonna taste it, okay? So just let the noodle mixture gel into it and cook for another 10 minutes or so, okay? And I'll be right back. Let me just taste this soup right here. It tastes good, and like I said, I'm not adding any more salt to it because the noodles that I put in there, it already has sodium in it. And as it cooks, you'll taste it more, okay? So it's bubbling, so let it cook. Yes, guys, look at my chicken vegetable soup. Look at that, the corn, the potato, the chicken, the carrots, the pumpkin. Look at the nice yellow pumpkin, the okra, the dumpling. Look at all of that. Yummy. This looks really good. It's hearty. Okay, on a nice cold day like this, you need something like this, okay? So this looks nice. Nice pieces of chicken and my corn, okay? And see, it turns yellow. Yeah, the pumpkin makes it yellow. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so my soup is ready. It's finished cooking, okay? It's nicely boiled, okay? And it has a nice color, okay? You can see here it's nice and yellow and nice. And I'm going to dish it out. I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to dish it out because I know you're going to say, oh, boy, she made it and she didn't even show us. Dish it out and show us what it looks like. So I'm going to dish it out a little bit and show you what it looks like. Let me take this corn, and I'm always going to put my corn on the side of my plate over here, okay? So I could eat it. Which part of the chicken I like? I like the bone. Yeah. I take a bone. Let me get a piece of breast. I'll get a nice, oh, this is a nice piece of breast right here. Okay. Get me 2 dumplings. I love dumplings. And, oh, a nice piece of red cocoa. Some potatoes. Some celery and some okra. Pieces of pumpkin over here. Okay, definitely some carrots. Just a little bit. I'm just going to show you. And then I'm going to go in here and grab my soup from the bottom. Okay, let me pick this up. Put my nice soup in there. Put the nice noodles and so forth. And this generally lasts me for 2 days or so. Okay, because it's not just me alone eating this. But I just want to show you what it looks like, how it's beautiful. And it's hearty. Nice hearty vegetable soup. It's hot, but I just want to show you what it looks like, okay? This is what my vegetable chicken soup looks like with my dumplings, my carrots, and my pumpkin and so forth. And I have other pieces of pumpkin because I really love pumpkin a lot. So sometimes I take out like pieces of the pumpkin and put it on the side. Because this is boiled already, but I do like a lot of pumpkin because it's really sweet. I like eating it. Most people don't mind, you know, if it's cooked, boiled out into their soup, but I like it because this is already cooked and I took out little pieces of it like so. Okay, so there's my nice yellow pumpkin here. Let me just taste the soup a little bit here for you. And my cocoa. Purple cocoa, it's nice. See how soft it is? Very soft, easy to cook, easy to cut, I meant. And then the dumpling, remember I made that little dumplings and I showed you? This is the long ones. You could cut it to small pieces, okay? This is what it looks like. It's cooked and well cooked. Because if it wasn't cooked, it would be white inside, but it's not white. Let me just blow it. Okay, and my chicken breast pieces, see how easy this is to cut? Very nice and soft chicken breast. Okay, so it has everything. It's a nice vegetable soup. You could cook it without the chicken if you want to, okay, and just make it into a vegetarian soup, but I do both. So it's a chicken vegetable soup and it's mostly vegetables that's in there and so forth. This is my chicken. This is so good. It's 25 degrees outside, guys. And this is so good. Okay, guys, so this is how I make my chicken vegetable soup. Okay, I hope you enjoy watching me making it, okay? And go ahead and make your chicken vegetable soup. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.